one other thing we want to look at when we're modifying vertices is the soft selection option. And so I'm going to draw a plane out and increase the segments of this plane, and we're going to set up a editable poly for this. And if we choose vertex so that we see all the vertices on this plane, we'll have to expand out our soft selection, which is right here. And in soft selection, remember normally when we choose a vertices to pull up, and we were to pull that up, we would get a spike. And we can model like that, but that might not be the look that we're going for. We may want a gradual increase. Say we were making a mountain for the terrain of a game or something like that. So we're going to click on Use Soft Selection, and notice when I do that, you get a color palette around the vertices that are selected. So if I select this one vertex right here, you have all of this color around there, and that is indicating how much each of these vertices are going to be affected when I pull this up. So if I pull this one up this time, notice we get a smooth bump inside of that, and we'll zoom this in so you can see a little bit about what's going on here. So the yellow pulled up at the same, the green pulled up at the same, the blue pulled up at the same, but they didn't pull up as much as the red did. We can change how this affects our shape by adjusting these fall off, pinch, and bubble attributes. So the fall off is the distance from the center of the edge of the sphere, or the edge of the area that's being affected. The pinch raises and lowers the top point of the curve along the vertical axis, and the bubble expands and contracts the curve along the vertical axis. So if we'll adjust these, you can see for the fall off, our colors are actually expanding out, and now instead of the yellow being right up here where it was originally, now it's down here. So if we pull up that, it affects more of the plane area. The pinch, and you can see on this graph right here, it actually looks like it was pinching that side and this side as it pulls up, so you get more of a point. And then the bubble, again, if you look at the chart over here, you get a bubble effect from the edges. So if we pull that up, you can see how that bubbles up. Now the next thing down is Lock Soft Selection. So if we were to select a vertex over here, the soft selection would follow where we click. So if we click way over here, notice that everything followed that and left this area. Now if we want to keep our original soft selection and just add part of this with it, I'm going to click backwards, go backwards. We're going to click on Lock Soft Selection, and now we can select vertices over here but retain our soft selection that we originally had. So now if we pull this up, notice that these vertices over here are pulling up as well. The next option down is Paint, and this allows us to paint a soft selection on the active object. So as we pull it, you can see that the colors are changing. We're actually taking away some of the yellow, changing it to the orange. So that if we want to pull this out and make like a mountain range, and this works just like it does in Photoshop as well. We can blur this out. So if we want to change this and not make it so drastic, and with a little bit of work we can create a pretty neat effect. And just like in Photoshop, we can select our brush size, our brush strength to give us more options with this paint.